guys, back again. Sorry I've sort of been off YouTube for a little while. I ended up getting an infection in my knee, so I ended up having 5 or 6 days in hospital with IV antibiotics. Thank you to everyone on Instagram and Facebook and all your well wishes and all the people who've messaged me. Top dollar, blooming, felt really good. Anyway, while I was in hospital, I won Urban Dodgers competition, Rich Blake, which really cheered me up because I was feeling pretty bloody miserable at the time. So I'm going to do the unboxing, and there's some other stuff I want to show you as well. Okay, unboxing time. We'll just destroy the Rich's address. Right. So what is sent is, this is a fly fishing reel holder, and it's the idea that a lot of YouTubers and bushcrafters have been doing is keeping a trangier in there. So you stick your meths burner in there. You could probably get some extra tinder in there as well, where you've got the extra movement, and then it will stop the rest of your bag smelling of meths. Bloody brilliant idea. That's going to go in my kit, and I'm going to be changing my kit. A lot of my kit's going to go a lot more kind of retro bushcrafty type of thing, so this is spot on for what I want. Right, what else we got? We've got a max position pad, right in the rain type pad, which is dead handy for just little things like when you got to remember, when you go out and there's VRs to do and you need to remember, you know, exactly what you need to do, and if you want to do any shout outs to people. So that's a perfect thing to have in your kit. Well happy with that. Life Adventure Titanium, right? I was looking at these 2 weeks ago, just before I went in hospital, thinking, yeah, I really need one of them, because it's a, it's a very useful plate. It weighs nothing, and you can, fry your food on it. Because I haven't really got a frying pan. Well, I've got a frying pan, but it's more like a lorry brake disc. It's massive. So just for myself to sort of do a bit of bacon and eggs in the morning, that's spot on, and that will go well with my like little bush box thing. So dead happy with that. And what a lot of people are doing now is like getting a, this isn't a stick, but getting a stick, cutting a, where'd my pencil go? There. Cut a little notch in there with your knife, and then that notch hooks on there, so you can use it as a frying pan handle and leave it in the fire. Works brilliantly. If you haven't seen that before. What else we got? Got a beautiful leather patch. I'm trying to think of something I can sew that on. If you look there, all good things are wild and free. Now I'm pretty sure, I can't remember his name, which is pretty rubbish of me, but it's the same guy who made the leather patch that made this, it's like wax canvas coffee bag, and it's really nice work in that, and it smells of coffee as well. But yeah, that sort of very retro bushcraft look, I'm really liking that. That's awesome. I'll get some coffee in that as well. I might make some more of them, they're really nice. And what else we got? And this little beauty, a Leatherman kick. Now I really do like a Leatherman. I've had a few of these on site, but they do tend to go walkabouts. So I'll keep this in my kit. The only downside with the Leatherman is the locking. Actually, that isn't a locking blade. Fantastic, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's even legal carry. Under 3 inches, non-locking blade. Genius. Now I know people who've been got in trouble for carrying Leathermans because a lot of the time they're a locking blade, but non-locking blade, that is spot on. Dead happy with that. Yeah, it's one of the, a lot of the time it's quite a difficult one to buy multi-tools because you can't tell if they're going to be a locking blade or not. Right, the other thing Rich sent, he actually gave me a choice. The Cold Steel Tomahawks, the American Tomahawk company. Right, this is how, as far as I can work it out. Cold Steel have bought the American Tomahawk company and they make loads of different. So this is the spiked one. I can't think what they've been call it. But there's a spike one, there's one with a hammer, there's one with just an axe. But I thought the spike would be more useful for sticking in a tree and hanging stuff from, or banging into a log and dragging things around, or just for breaking up the earth. More using it like a pickaxe. Now, anyway, the big thing with these is everyone wants to modify them. I've rubbed a small bit of stain on there, and I've carved a groove around there. But what I'm thinking is probably carve or burn a load of cross hatching on here. So if I'm doing game prep, as in chopping through the bones with the axe part, if I get fat on my hand, it's not going to slip, because that's sort of a big concern. And Grand 4 Burks actually do a butchery axe as well, but it's got a rounded end here, and that's for sort of going through skinning. But that means you'd have to have a hot kill, and I never do. So, and a lot of people shorten the handle because it's a pretty long handle. How long is the handle on this thing? Yeah, 56 centimetres or 560mm, whatever. I could do inches, but it's a metric tape. Yeah, a lot of people cut this down, but you're going to lose quite a lot of leverage, so I don't know. But I'm going to have a think about that. Anyway, this leads me on to my next little thing. While I've been off, I've been having a little play with leather, and this was the first thing I made, was a little cover for this. You can see that. There we go, it's better. Yeah, so I've done the spike cover there with orange stitching, and this is just very thin, what, 2mm leather, and then I've stitched around there. That's just folded over, and I've put some elastic on there, so that just pulls off. There you go, nice and simple, and it's not a big bulky sheath, so you can just pop it in your pocket. One sheath done. And I've just put some funky grooves on it as well, just, I don't know, just because I wanted to. I haven't got any expensive leather dyes. All this is just boot polish. Oh, and I've put a couple of these little brass clip-in rings as well to stop the leather from tearing. So, pretty chuffed with that. But yeah, really in a quandary with stripping this paint off as well. A lot of people who mod it take it off, and then they put like a patina on it to stop it rusting. But I'm quite liking that, because I know that's not going to rust. But I am going to have to sharpen that, because that's like a spoon, because it's got a secondary bevel right at the end. But anyway, I'm sure there'll be more videos on this to come, because I didn't want to muller it before I sort of showed you the new thing, but I was very, very bored while I was off, so I had to do something. Right, and while we're on the subject of leatherwork, there's some other little bits I've done. 0 pence made me this little skinner, little stainless steel. I'm sure you've seen it before. You've got that grip there, you've got that grip there, and you've also got that grip there for sort of feathering. Anyway, there wasn't really a sheath for it. Well, there was, but it sort of caught up. Anyway, so I've made this little beauty, and I've carved like a rough deer's head logo on it, and a little Velcro pad there. So that pops in there. That folds round. And that's not falling out. It's a very light knife anyway. Unfortunately, when you hang it up the necker, the deer's upside down. But, you know, lives in your learns. And that's also got one of the little press stud rivet doofers in it. If you can see that. Let's have a look at more detail. Oops, try and get in the shadow. There you go. Right, that's that one. Also got another, made a double knife sheath, but sort of like a scout carry. But I'm actually thinking more sort of to go on a backpack shoulder strap. Velcro again, because I haven't got any fixings, and you've got a bit of adjustment on that, so you can pull it a bit tighter and they ain't falling out. But looks like a Space Invader. Anyway, this is a 0 pence knife, which is a real chunky little bugger, which is like more of a battening knife. You know, battening, abusing, really nice kind of ergonomic handle. Yeah. Feather sticks and that sort of thing. And then this one was made for me by a man called Die Short, which is more of a sort of delicate Skinner knife. I might have to reprofile that little end a little bit, but that's, yeah, sort of nice and sharp. Good little knife, so a good pair to take out. And if you can see in there, there's actually a piece of leather that separates the two, so that one goes at the back. Pop him in there, do the leather strap up. That one pops in the front. Do the strap up, so they're not falling out. That's that. And then lastly, I made a little dump pouch. So I've carved like a tree on it. I've got a little strap there for the belt, and it's nice and small, you're not going to notice it. And then that folds out. Yeah, so you've got a good size bag there. And then it's all stitched on, Velcro again. I haven't got anything else. That folds up, that folds up, that folds up. That goes there. There you go. So yeah, so thank you very much, Rich, and thank you very much everyone else who's sort of for your well wishes and making sure I was okay. Does mean a lot, and I'm grateful to all of you. So I'll catch you soon.